I remember when we were a fire flaming out of control. I remember when I didn't want to die. Most of you don't have a real name. You have an imposition. You are not travesties. You are not like us.
Closet is a universal experience, but most of the people don't know it. But it's universal. Everybody hides something. Everybody is embarrassed by something. Everybody is living something in a shameful way, and it's an incredible tool to write a story. An incredible tool, because closet allows you to be with yourself, to develop a very powerful voice in your head, and thoughtful and literary and poetic voice, because you have to find metaphors every single minute of your life to be in public. You have to develop a lot of very incredible tools to be a writer. So it's painful, but it's a good school. You don't need to be queer or trans or gay or lesbian, etc., or bi, to understand the importance to be yourself, and how painful it is to be to live inside of a closet.
To be travesti is to be sword, an armor, a fiesta, a funeral, a mass.
The inspiration of my characters surround me every single day. For this particular novel, for Bad Habit, it's like my mother, my aunts, my neighbors, my friends, my lovers, the people who violent me, the people who loved me. I think you have to pay attention, and I'm so grateful to the people surrounding me, around me. Sorry, and particularly the women, because they confirm this kind of, for me, magical world to write. I always see the world of the women like sort of a fantasy world, no? And I can, in these days, in the present, I can see the woman of my life from a distance that allows me to take a whole picture and describe this world and go in and go inside, and I think it's one of the privileges to be myself and to be trans, and this kind of loneliness allows you to see the world from a very beautiful perspective, because you can see everything out of the picture. I think performance and life are practically the same thing, because when you have to prepare a role, you have to find the way you're going to move, you have to find the way you're going to talk, the way you're going to dance or sing or be quiet, or etc., etc. It's the same that when you are learning in your life. And I think when you have to hide who you are, you develop some tools or some tricks to hide yourself in front of a crowd. And I think it's the best training for an actress, for an actor, for a performer. And I'm so convinced that everybody is developing a role. Everybody is giving some kind of a spectacle to others. We are always acting. We are always offering one side of our personality and hiding others, like in a role. And for me, to be a performer, to do plays and to act and direct is a natural way to be, because I've been doing all my life. So it's a pure consequence that who I am. The genealogy, the heritage between women, for me is everything. I am the product of my mother, my aunts, my neighbors, and the women who were my second moms, women who work in the streets, prostitutes, who taught me a lot of beautiful things. And I think masculinity is an instruction, but femininity or womanhood is something like a gift. We pass more time talking between each other than men's, and I think this is beautiful. And I think all the women, a woman is all the women that precedes her, and this is my experience totally. I'm built up with fragments of all of the women of my life. I've been preparing all my life to be the best mother I can, and I don't have my own child, but I think this genealogy between women, I think we can call each other mother in a lot of situations. Maybe you can be the mother of your friend sometimes, or the daughter of your friend sometimes, and I think it's an enormous word and an enormous concept. To be a mother is the most generous thing you can be, and not only delivering childs. You have to be sometimes a person who cares the people you love, who cares or who feed or who talk or who comfort. And I think it's one of the most important gifts between women. One of the best things to be queer is that we can use the traditional terms like mother, child, son, brother, sister, sibling, etc., and accommodate this to our lives. And we can be mothers, we can be daughters, we can be sisters in the same day with the same person. Role models are everything to be the person you became. No, you become because we are not alone. We feel alone, but we are not alone. And we are the people who treat us good. We are the people who violate us. We are the people who talk with us. We are the people who never say a word to us. And we learn everything looking at others, looking, especially women, and especially if you are this kind of alien and you are not allowed to exist in the world of the men and in the women. No? You are separated of everything, and you are like, you have this thirst, you have this necessity of role models, and it's like you have to steal the learnings. You have to it's kind of you have to learn by yourself, but steal the learnings of the women you love, and she loves you, and they love you, but in a sort of distance. And at first it could be something sad, but this allows you to, like I said before, to take a whole picture, to perceive the world of the women of this role model like a spectacle, like a performance, like if you were in the cinema or the theater. And I think it's a very interesting way to learn to be yourself. And we became with this kind of sense of drama, because we see the women of our lives like divas. I think that totally fictional characters can be role models for me. They were. I'm built with fragments of my mother and my aunt, etc., but with fragments of Madame Bovary, or I don't know, or the characters of the Bronte sisters, and with Madonna, who in a way is a fictional character, or I don't know, Boy George, and I don't know, Morrissey, and comic characters, totally, because they are like projections of yourself. Maybe like in a religious way, you can project yourself in a character, or searching in the fictional characters the fantasy you are craving. So totally. The most important book for me when I was young was Wuthering Heights, because I think it's a perfect novel. And the most important book for me as an adult and as a writer was and is The Man Who Fall in Love with the Moon by Tom Spanbauer. Because when I read this book, I knew that I want to be a writer, and I want to provoke in others the same thing that this book provoked in me. Yeah. Because Wuthering Heights is so free, is the drama of it all, is gothic, is the most incredible ambient in this novel. Is dark, is passionate, is exaggerated in a way, and I think Wuthering Heights have the most incredible characters ever written. They are all crazy, and they are all pure passion and pure fear and violence, and it's an incredible novel. And The Man Who Fall in Love, the man taught me what means love, and what love can do for your work. Is a book right directly from the heart of Spambauer, and told me about how powerful it can be to love freely and write about it. Write about love without restrictions. And I think it's the most beautiful novel I ever read.